Good morning, everybody, and welcome to review of Tales of Wedding Rings, episode 3 review. Now, notice I'm wearing green because, if we're going to do videos on shows, I gotta go by the elements. Since we got the debut of the shut-in elf girl, Nephrites, who is, the Ring of Wind, you gotta wear the color of the element green. Now, last week we saw her debut, and she's a complete shut-in. I mean, so shut in that she puked like, ugh. But there's a story behind this. Like all females in anime, like every harem, or maybe in an isekai, there's always a character with a storyline as to why they're like this. And like this episode, we've got it. Now I'm gonna make this simple because I gotta go to work, but I want to get this out the way before I even forget. So, without further ado, let's get right to it. The episode, the review of Tales of Wedding Rings, because there's some things you gotta say. So, Nefertiti is the next heir to the Ring of Wind, but there's a catch with this, and there's a lot of catches in this that makes you like, wow, what the hell was this? Like, you talking about. See, this is why I like this show, because it's not about the fan service. Because everybody's saying fan service takes away the storyline of a show. That's not always the case. This right here is, the fan service is kind of low. I mean, yeah, we got some shots of Nefertiti's naked, but that's nothing. That's nothing. But storyline-wise in this one is the fucking brother. The brother has a so overprotective of her, like so sister complex. Like we're talking about, like, he's very, very protective of her. Like, so it's like those guys, like the two people in my mind that has this overbearing to protect their little sister is Yuri from Spy X Family. You know, the guy that always like checking on Yor. He even got photos of Yor and even if Yor's food is disgusting, he'll eat it anyway. Like, protect and just making sure no guy or anything hits on her. You know, that's that. And then you got another guy, Gouch from Black Clover, and he's obsessed with protecting Marie. And every time and he just so protective of Marie, he got the sister complex of protecting her. Like, oh my god, this guy needs to chill the fuck out. I hate characters like that because, yeah, it's funny, but at the same time, let her go. Let her live her life. Like, what the fuck? He locked her in the cell. I mean, he locked the guy Sato in the cell, for God's sake, and wait till like 80 years old, till like old. Because the elf, Nefertiti, is 54 years old. She's in her 50s, and she looks freaking hot. Now, I get it. In the human lifespan, their age, when you look at the age of a 54, you're thinking of like, not so young, not that. But in elves, when an elf is like, their lifespan is so freaking good that you don't even know how old they are. They look freaking hot. Like, I remember watching, the first thing that came to my mind was Interspecies Reviewers. And if you think about the first episode of Interspecies Reviewers, go watch it, by the way. The guy slept with an elf girl who is more than 500 years old, and she looks hot. So I'm looking at this, so Nefertiti is 54 years old, and she looks freaking great. In elf years, that's fucking awesome. That's awesome. Like, come on. How can you not smash an elf girl who's that, like, forget the age. I know age would be like, oh my gosh, she's like 1,000 years old. But so what? Look at that. I mean, look at Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid. Everyone else is like 1,000+ year olds, like Toru and freaking Elma, Lulu, Lokoa. They're like that. You're gonna smash them too, given the fact how old they are? Are you serious? Looking at them like, oh my god, she looks freaking hot. Now, the dark elf frees Sato, and there's a story behind this. So apparently, here's a story in a nutshell. Nefertiti's like the outside world. She wants to go outside. She wants to experience the world outside because she read books and all that stuff. But there's a ceiling above that where the brother doesn't want her to get involved, doesn't want to get married. And the subtext where the mother in her past saying, "You're not allowed to leave the country." There's a subtext to that. You know what I mean? She didn't mean it literally. She didn't mean it literally saying like, "Oh, you're not allowed to leave the country." No. No. There are certain boundaries as to why she doesn't want her to leave. Now, a story behind the whole wind barrier is because storyline is one elf married a human, they flee and all that stuff. So that's kind of, and they put the barrier around it. So that kind of like, that's fucked up. Can't even go outside. They put the whole barrier that said no intruders can go in. And for the brother to be this being a dick and not wanting her to live her life is just baffled. Now, you got I get it. Nefertiti, this is mostly on her. I like her character because again, her memes is just getting there. Like, especially when she's trying to puke, like her little memes there. I mean, she puked on him. It was kind of funny. I mean, he do got an attractive body, by the way. Now, she's a shy, shut-in girl like that. And I don't think people are gonna like her. Like, I like to me, the shy girls in the animes are still up there. Like, they're still there. I just feel bad that it's slept on because not everybody likes the shy girls. You know what I mean? Like, I still to this day, I found one person who hated Sumi from Rent a Girlfriend. Like, I used to find one person who hated her. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? You know? Especially, and the 100 girlfriends who really, really love you. Nobody don't like Shizuka. Nobody don't like Shizuka because she's so shy. I'm like, what the fuck's your problem? So I'm looking at her. I'm looking at this new elf girl. And again, we're talking about all the shy girls. This one, she looks great. Now, I'm not going to put her over Hime yet because what I've learned from harem animes is you can't look at the girl and say, that right there, that's the best girl. That's it right there. No. When it comes to harem animes I've watched, you just got to be patient. You just got to be patient. Because you can't look at the first girl and say, that's the best girl. Look at, like, High School DxD. Oh, you look at Reyes. First girl you saw, you think of her. Okay. That's the girl right there. That's the best girl. Forget the other best girls. Forget all the other girls. I like her. Just be patient. Because there was more girls more attracted than Reyes than ever. Oh, how about Sekirei? When you thought Musubi was the best girl, and you're thinking, okay, that's the best girl right there. No, be patient, because there's other girls in the Sekirei series. The Shimano Testament of the series. Damn, my head is hurting me right now. Oh, the High School of the Dead thing, and Love Tyrant, and all those other harems you guys have watched. Just be patient. Nefertiti, she's a shy girl, a shut-in shy girl. Very funny in a way. Very funny. But the fact that her life has been overprotective with her brother and her parents and her in that little conscious mind saying you're not allowed to leave the country. There's more story to that than meets the eye. And I like this episode overall because the fact that it's not just fan service that it's getting. We're talking about a show. I mean, we're talking about this episode where Nefertiti's got her. Like, there's more story into this, and she's gonna get more involved. That's called character development, and we're gonna see some character development next week's episode. I don't know because I never read it, but part of me is saying she's going to develop in next week's episode as we see fit. So I look forward for next week's episode of it. Although I will love to talk more about it, but I gotta go to work. But I want to get this out the way before I forget about it. That's all. I know it's a quick video, but that's what this episode is about overall. Nefertiti's backstory, her being shy, her character. We know why she's a shut-in and all that. It gave us more details of that. As for the brother, he's a total dick. And I hate him. I freaking hate him already. I mean, I hate him. Really hate him. But there's more to it than meets the eye in this backstory, so we'll see more. So I look forward for next week's episode of it, and I'm sure you will.